We are live. It is 3:02 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:02 Greenwich Mean Time in the UK. It's the best Pondcast you've never heard of. It's across the Pondcast. Sam and Matt, you're watching the scream. Damn it.
Scream.
I didn't get through it. I knew. Never.
You know, one of these weeks, right, you have the same intro every week, right? One of these times you're going to nail it with no fucking
maybe
extra
season 3. That'll be
or...
the new one, right? Season 3, I'll maybe figure this shit out. God almighty.
Nah, man. No.
So,
never.
If you're watching the stream, you're paying attention, you'll see we have Gadget got us. God almighty. This day is going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
I'm never coming back now.
Yep, that was it. Took 43 seconds. I've already got it hurt to the point where, like, these guys are terrible. Really.
I think she did that while we were trying to figure out your audio.
Right. Happy Valentine's Day, ma'am. How are you? Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Great. Happy Valentine's Day.
So, we are trying out a new mic. I've got the mic. I don't know what I'm doing. It's very clearly obvious I'm an amateur. But how are you doing? So, you're not at home? Are you traveling? Are you on business? Where are you just visiting? Where are you at exactly?
I am at an undisclosed location in South Carolina with my boyfriend.
There you go. South Carolina, that's nice. I've been there once before. Charleston. It's a beautiful city. It was a lot of fun to be there. It's the only time I ever was in high school. Yeah, I think it was in high school. There's
back in 1936. Yeah.
I think it was like 48, 49.
That's not far. I mean, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, so it's like an hour and a half. So.
Oh, that's pretty good. So, well, welcome. Thanks for coming on. So, I don't know if you've ever seen our show. If you have, congratulations, because nobody else has except for the people in the show. If you haven't, welcome to our show. We just basically do a two-person guest format. We talk about phones, we talk about tech, we talk about food, origin stories, all that kind of stuff. So,
food.
Like my live streams.
Yeah, I know. I watch your live streams. I think they're fantastic because they just get wild. Like, I've sat there and watched them and going, wow, if I try to come in this show, I'm going to get crucified. These people will tear me up.
Come on. I'm giving you
I'd love to come on there, but I'd be afraid. I'm like, man, these people expect me to be like kind of sort of a normal human being. I'm a crazy person. So, but yeah, they're
I'm not
fun.
even going to lie.
Just watching them, they're just fantastic. I really enjoy your shows a lot.
I wasn't even following you on Twitter. I'm just so sorry. I do now. I am now. I don't know why, but there we go. I'm not going to lie.
So I guess my question is, like, what got you started in all this? Like, what? I'm assuming I don't know if you do this for a living as a full-time job. Where are you at?
Yeah,
okay, I wasn't sure, but I always like to ask. So what got you started into doing like tech and live streaming? Like, what was the start of that? Was it? I always like to hear the origin story.
Okay, so we'll go back 4 years when I was I still am. I'm on a panel on Wired Wednesday on Easy Computer Solutions channel. Mm-hmm. And everybody says, oh, you should start YouTube. And I'm like, I'm not starting YouTube. Then COVID hits. I'm like, I got time for this now. So I jumped into it. I average about 10 devices a year. So, I've been doing it almost a year and I'm monetized and I have memberships. So now some of that money can help me pay for all these devices I get every year.
Absolutely. We don't monetize.
That ain't cheap. Nope.
No. Well, Matt, you got a special deal going on. So you got what phone? You don't have the Mi 10T Lite, right? That was what you had. Now what do you got?
The Samsung Galaxy S21.
S21.
Oh, that's right, because he's on it now.
Yeah, because that's the only thing he's got. So that's how he does the streams. He does them.
All of this in crispy goodness.
Yeah, it's not crispy 4K. That's Ben.
No, that's
you don't have.
Oh, actually, before Roger, Life of Tech, and Ben, Lover of Tech, massive congratulations. They both hit 10,000 subscribers today.
Yay.
Both of them pretty much within the same hour or so. Both of them hit 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah. So we got a lot of folks in there. We got Ronald, we got Simon, Gary, Tech Valor. We have some other people. I see MC Live. We got Rachel in the UK. We got Bionic Scoop, Barry Johnson. We got, Concepts Career. He's in the chat. So, good evening.
I just said Jermaine. I just
want to make sure I acknowledge them.
Okay, so Tech Valor is my partner on my podcast, which is Gadget every Thursday. Like you said, you follow my channel, but I'm also part of a podcast as well that nobody.
Oh, we're slipping. We should have had them both on at the same time. I tell you what, that's something we're gonna do.
Come back.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say
We're gonna
we were
have a
hoping this would be-
crossover
we had-
podcast
we'd have Rachel
crossover.
on again. That would be the whole point. But yeah, we want to make sure
And we
we get
can have you
everybody.
on ours because we do a guest every month, the last Thursday in the month.
There we go. See, we can be on somebody else's show.
Yeah.
Not you.
Not me.
Not until you get your audio sorted.
Well, hey, I could just go to a phone, but I'm trying something new. I have no idea if this is going to work really well. So, nobody in the comments.
I am just trying to prove to everybody, like, no matter what, like, this is an S21, right? So this is a quite significantly more expensive phone than the Mi 10T Lite. But I am trying to prove a point. You don't need a super expensive phone to do these things. Like, the Mi 10T Lite was really good at doing this. It was perfect. And this, you wouldn't tell it wasn't the same phone if I didn't say anything. So I'm just trying to prove that you don't need these expensive phones to do things like this. You can just use whatever you've got, plug it in, and off you go.
Yeah.
Well, you got everybody excited now. We have to collab.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'd love to do it anytime. Anytime.
And they're always
we'd love to
excited. They're over hyperactive. I think Aditya just gets them started, and then they just get all weird in the chat.
Well, we haven't gotten too far in the show. She's not really aware of the other issues that Aditya brings to the table. I'm sure those will come up sometime in the show.
No.
Yeah, I do. I have hair.
Bad Aditya.
Yeah, because I haven't had a haircut. Because I usually
But some with
buzz
hair
it. And look at this in the back.
different.
Yeah. Look at that.
Ha! Did you know that when
Got a
you look
collar.
down like that, you have an M on your head? I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Or W upside down.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Nope.
She's got it right.
No,
A
it's
W.
an M. I'm going with M because it's obviously.
He wants to be a winner. He's got a W.
Yeah. It could be Matt,
Mm-mm.
or it could be I'm a winner,
Nope.
or it could be both.
Definitely not that.
So interesting, like you just I watch your streams and they're like, you would make it seem like you've been doing this for a while. They are naturally talented, obviously, but just like I know some people you never really know when they start. Like has it been fairly recently? Is it like a decade? Some people have been doing stuff like this for a decade, and you just they haven't gotten a lot of traction. So interesting, you haven't been doing this very long. It's pretty good show. I'd like to listen more often. I get busy with family stuff. They make me do things. Plus, I have to work.
How dare they?
You have to come on now at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Nobody bite.
Well, I probably could get a punch in the face. I don't know if you can do that virtually. We can come there. Nobody biting, but I could get blasted in the face. It's happened before, a couple
Virtually?
times. Yeah.
That takes talent.
Don't say blasted in the face when there's loads of English people in the chat because not what you think it means.
Oh, I'm sure it means like that, right? Does that mean that? God, almighty. Okay, well, see, that's the problem when you have a culturally diverse podcast. When you have people from the UK.
Some of my panel members are here, and see, Tech Valor says she only bites phones, and Bionic says he doesn't bite. So
Yeah, well, good. And like I said, it is Valentine's Day, so if you are going to get blasted in the face UK style, I guess it's fairly appropriate.
it's the right day for it, right?
I'm just saying. So, speaking of that, how...
I'm not saying nothing. Though.
Right. So, what phone do you normally use? Are you an Android person, iOS? Do you use both? Like, what's your phone use? You said about 10 devices a year. I'm assuming that's all phones, correct?
Yeah. So I have deemed myself bisexual because I carry two phones at a time.
Okay.
And usually I have an iOS and an Android device all the time.
Now, is that because of just the way you normally do? Is that because I have an iOS device for work that I have to use, but I don't use it on the weekends.
I call one my work phone, but it's not that my job provides the phone. It's just business inquiries come into that phone because people get that number. Okay. But I carry them both all the time.
That's cool. So what do you use more often? Is it just...
It's kind of a toss-up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I'm out and about, I have the Fold right now. Well, actually, I got a secret device that I actually unboxed on Friday. So I'm doing a video on that right now.
Cool.
I'll kind of release that information. But I have a Fold, and it's kind of, you have to open it up to use it. So if I'm out, I'll grab my iPhone if I'm out walking around, so I don't have to open up and do this other stuff or use the little screen on the outside of the Fold.
So on the outside screen on that, so it's the old Fold, not the newer Fold. I guess
No, it's the new one.
Oh, the new one. So do you not use that? Is the screen usable, or is it just used?
Yeah, it is usable. It is, but it's a thicker phone. Like it's a lot more to carry. It's like two phones on top.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Like I actually got to kind of use one at the store. I was at Best Buy, so I got to see the Fold. It's actually pretty phenomenal piece of tech. Like I was like, wow, this is pretty sweet. I don't know if I would actually. I would use it. It's not two screens; it's just one big screen. But I thought like the Hinge was nice. It was really, but I could tell just when I folded, I was like, man, this is a chunky monkey. You put this in your pocket, it's gonna.
I feel like that's what got me monetized, really, because I was one of the first people to remove my screen protectors. Nobody wanted to do it. So when I did that, I got traction to my channel left and right. Like, you took the screen protectors off your phone? They told you not to. It's my phone. I'll do what I want.
Right. Just Samsung. They want to pay me $2,000. I'll keep it on there. They can tell you what, you give me the
As
phone
it turns
for free,
out,
I'll keep the screen protector on there. How about that? If I'm buying it, I'm gonna take the damn thing off.
well, as it turns out, it's not a bad idea. So.
Well, I put matte because they put the glossy on, and I don't like fingerprints, so I put matte screen protectors on it.
Yeah, how did that work out? I know you like matte, but is it just? I mean, did it go on okay? Have you had no issues with it so far?
No issues so far. It has come up in the middle. Like, everybody kept asking me because theirs were coming up, and
right.
I was outside shooting a video, and I think somebody said, due to drastic, changes in the weather, it might come up. I was out in the cold. It was 30-something degrees, and it came up in the middle. I pushed it back down. I'm thinking about replacing it because people say it cracks after it comes up in the middle, but I hadn't had any problem.
Now, was that one where, like, I know I've bought matte screen protectors before. They give you like multiples in a pack, like 2 or 3, I guess.
No, it was just one on this one, but it's cheaper if you get it from overseas. I did the Amazon Prime thing and paid like double what you can get one from overseas for, but
yeah,
I like to have it now.
Right. That's what. Yeah.
That's why we pay for Prime.
Right. We get it now. I just don't. I wonder if he could get a drone. I wonder if that's going to happen. Well, like, have they done that? I've heard these drone deliveries. Has anybody ever had a drone delivery? I'm curious.
I think there's a test market for that, but it's not here.
Yeah, it's probably LA. It's probably where it's going to be. Not in the UK. They don't even have drone. Can you even have a drone in the UK? Because I know in the United States you have to get like licensed with the FAA now and all sorts of kind of stuff. Like that.
Yeah, you can have a drone, do whatever you want with it.
Right. That would have been good for that barn fire you would have had. That would have been sweet.
Why do you keep bringing up the fire? That happened ages ago.
It was awesome. It happened in the middle of a show. It was like, hey, I got to leave the show because the barn that's behind my house, yeah, it's fully involved and on fire. We got to go ahead. And the fire brigade is going to evacuate. That was awesome. Fire brigade. That's how cool that is.
So you outed me. My people said I've not told them I have a new device. So ruined it.
Oh. well, you don't know what the device is. So that's good. So I'm glad you're. So when you test those out,
we're not going to do this again because last week we had some people with NDA devices, and we're not getting it out of anybody. We're not getting into trouble for breaking.
Right. I almost blew up. Somebody's NDA. So that was my.
Oh no, I paid for mine. Look, I'm small. I'm not getting anything for free.
Right. We don't get anything at all. Although Matt does get that extreme skin on that back of that was pretty sweet. The picture you saw on that S21, that's pretty good. And it reminds me, I don't even have our thing up. Extreme Skins, sponsored by. You don't like D-Brand? Who likes D-Brand? They suck. Get an Extreme Skin. It's in the UK. Tons of colors, tons of devices. Very good. Awesome.
You don't want to get blasted in the face when you order.
And you can get blasted. Well, they'll probably blast you in the face. Those guys are pretty edgy.
They are.
Oh yeah, they'll go off. They sent me a skin for my PS4, and I messed up the 4, and I took a picture of it. Like, look what I did. They're like, yeah, you fucked up the 4. You suck. I was like, wow. Yeah, they broke me the fuck off. They were just like, nope, you're terrible. Wow, we sent it to you for free. Good thing you didn't pay for it. How bad would you have felt? Matter of fact, you should pay us because you screwed it up so bad. They're edgy. They're good. They're good people. But yeah, their customer
guys
service
are awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah. So. They probably blast you in the face, Rich, if you wanted to. You can order it. Ask for a blast in the face. I guess. I don't know. Or don't.
They also provided for Roger as well. They helped Roger out, which is cool.
So check them out, Extreme Skin. So I have the Duo, and so that's my folding.
Never going to get a skin for that.
No, never going to.
Not from our sponsor because.
Yeah, there's SopaGuard.
Not a screen. I'm sorry.
No, not no. But yeah, I got the SopaGuard, which I got the last SopaGuard was piss yellow, and Matt just hated it.
Well, the Duo comes out in the UK finally on the 18th of February, but they won't cover it because it's not worth it as a business wise because they know they're never going to sell the skin because nobody's ever going to buy the phone.
Well, the problem too is, did you see that the phone? It's like, I think after the exchange, it's like $1,800. Like it's expensive. Like
Oh
in the
no,
UK,
it's £1,318.
Well,
And
you know,
it's a
they
year old already.
discounted hours, so they're
Yeah.
400 off now.
Yeah, you can get it for $9.99. Well, that's okay. I bought it full price.
That Saf shared that earlier. You can get it for £9.99, but it's £238 delivery. So, and then you've got to pay the taxes and duty fees as well, which is like £200. So it's not even worth it.
Right. It's
You may as well just wait and get it from here.
It's just not going to sell. Not going to sell. And and that's the problem too. It's just, I mean, they don't tell anybody about it. I mean, nobody, when I'm out using it, nobody even knows what the hell I'm using. They look at me like from another planet. Like I told you.
It's going to be unique here because it's the first dual screen phone we're having officially in the UK market.
Yeah.
See, I had
the first one.
V60, and I
like have none of them.
So all the Huawei's, the Xiaomi's, I like those.
Yeah.
We didn't get any of the LG phones, so we'll get the Duos the first one. So it might catch some attention, it might not. We don't know.
So
but we're British, so we'll probably just look at it and go, "Fuck that." No.
So what was the last Xiaomi device you had? I guess did you have one before the ban? I guess.
Yeah, I had one before the ban. I'm trying to remember the last Xiaomi device.
Oh yeah. You lot just love banning all these. Just ban.
It's the creative side of me to install these things. Like I get, well, this is not Xiaomi, but I had the P40 Pro, the Huawei, and I installed Google Play services on it, and the Mate, I installed Google Play services on it. Now I see it's super easy to install Google Play services, so I've been eyeballing a Mate XS.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I like calling devices.
I've got the P40. How did you feel about the way they've done the screen? Like, because I'm obviously watching the videos, people don't see, it doesn't fully show off what it looks like when you're actually holding the phone. Obviously, because it's curved at the bottom, top, left, and right, but the corners are still raised.
I never had a problem with waterfalls on Huawei devices. Now, I didn't care for them on Samsung devices because I would get the false touch kind of deal.
Yeah.
Huawei does better with that software.
Right. Yeah, I did. The one that I guess was it the Mate 30 Pro, or the one was really like where it didn't even have a button. Like it was like wow. I mean, there's like waterfall, and then there's that. That's like crazy. I wonder. It kind of reminded me of my U12. Remember when on my U12 you didn't have actual buttons? It was just like you had to push it. It was the weirdest. It was so frustrating.
Well, when they did that, they'd come back and sort of put buttons back on it, but then started curving the screen in other areas. Like curve the top, we'll curve the bottom, but here's your buttons back.
Yeah, I had a
Thank you.
Next X, and it didn't have the button on the side. So virtual buttons, what they call it.
How did it work out for you? Because a lot of people had problems using it. Did you have any issues with it?
It gave you feedback, so it felt like a button, even though it wasn't. So fine.
Well, that's fine.
I don't think we're quite there yet with touch buttons being normal.
Well,
I don't think we're quite there.
It was just like a
people can't give up buttons on the sides.
Yeah, if you ever use the U12 Plus, it's the same. The HTC was like it was the pad, and it would kind of go. It kind of feel like a button, but it really was.
Right, we're doing one thing at a time. We got rid of the buttons on the front for the fingerprint scanners. Now Apple's getting rid of the charging ports and all this. So let's do one step at a time. We don't want to freak everyone out all in one go and just go, right, we're getting rid of everything.
We're going to give you your phone in a bag soon. And no box.
And it's got no buttons or ports. You have to charge it by putting it on the wall and singing Kumbaya to it. Like,
gonna say nice things to it that reassure it. Hey, you know what? If you could put 20% more juice on your battery, that would be fantastic. I'll come back in 20 minutes.
Get one of them Xiaomi things, the Xiaomi.
No,
wireless,
like
the proper wireless,
laser beam
wireless
shit. No, I don't think so, man. I don't know if I need a. I don't think I need a. Hey, you know what would be really cool if I could sit here on my couch and like I could fire stuff across my room and actually cook my battery from across the room. I want that.
Yeah, that new phone that charges in 30 minutes or 15 minutes or that's crazy.
Yeah, these phones that are like 120 and above. It's like, I mean, really? Do we really? How much of in a rush are you that you need to charge your phone from 0 to 100 in 10 minutes?
It's gonna work for people like me who don't keep a phone long, but somebody who's planning on keeping it for the long haul, not gonna
Oh,
work.
you're gonna cook.
They charge it overnight, use it a bit throughout the day, and then charge it overnight again.
That's what I do. I get 2 days out of my iPhone, and my phone was giving me about 2 days. So
Yeah. Well, I guess my question is, for battery life, do you have access to chargers throughout? Because like with me, either I'm in my car and I have charging capability. I'm at my desk now. I work from home, so there's a charger here. I mean, and even when I was at work, I don't really go a long time where don't have access to some kind of charging capability. So for me, a battery not being great is okay.
yeah, with COVID, I don't really go anywhere but working home.
Oh, so do you get to work from home, or do they still have? So that's cool. Like I said,
I had to buy a charger because, of course, this is the first phone I have ever owned where I've took it out of the box and all that's in it is a phone and a cable. So I bought a RAV Power charger from Amazon that supports the fast charging, just in case other phones get rid of chargers this year. Because surprisingly, all the phones I go through actually don't have any spare chargers because, when you get rid of a phone, the charger usually goes with it.
Right.
So I had to buy a charger just for the Samsung.
I'd be willing to bet Ray's probably got a bunch of chargers in a drawer somewhere. You always got something. You have like chargers and cables and bricks and some micro USB floating around in there. I know I do. I got a drawer full of that crap.
I don't use any of the chargers that come with my phones. I've been using laptop Huawei charger because I have a Huawei laptop too. So I use that for everything. It's a supercharger. So.
Oh, okay, cool. So that works out
That's
pretty
a good
good.
thing about the Huawei's.
Yeah. So Yara's made a comment about the Xiaomi wireless Airstream seems cool, but how much energy will be wasted is a question, right?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering,
it'll be blamed for COVID next variant of COVID will be because of Xiaomi's wireless radiation charges that are causing all this stuff, and people will break into your house and set fire to them.
5G was first though.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost all the 5G towers in Derby. They built them and they were all burnt down. All of them were destroyed.
Yeah. Because, that's what they do in the UK. Apparently burnt down 5G towers.
They were burning down 5G towers left, right, and center when they were building them last year. It caused COVID, and everyone went insane.
Yeah.
I don't even know where they heard this information.
And I was trying to tell my daughters too. It's like, so we got the 5G towers causing COVID. We have people that believe in the flat Earth, and I was like, maybe I commented to her before the comment. The show's like, didn't we figure that out in like 1645? Like the Earth's not.
What do you mean
flat?
the Earth's not flat? What do you mean?
It's not flat.
Because it is. Because it is. Because it is. Don't be stupid. No.
All it takes is one or two celebrities to say it's flat.
My God, all it takes is. Well, definitely. But the only celebrity that is causing things to happen recently is Elon Musk. Every time he tweets about something, stocks just.
Dogecoin. Yeah, everybody has Dogecoin now.
Yeah,
we get Elon Musk to mention our show, and we'll be 10,000 subscribers by the end of February.
Slide my name in there.
We'll go on a show and we'll get Tech, we'll get Rachel, and then Elon's gonna just listen to the show.
Roger's not allowed. Roger, you're not allowed. I'm sorry, Roger. You don't buy your friends fish and chips when they travel from another country, man. So you are not allowed.
Here we go. So it's funny. I had a chance to play a Steam game with Roger and Jermaine the other night. It was like this little putt-putt mini golf kind of thing. It was terrible at it, but they were still giving each other trouble about it. They still gave each other about it, and the fact that he didn't know Buckingham Palace was a thing, like who?
Oh my God, Roger's the most British person you will ever meet, and he was standing outside Buckingham Palace, and Jermaine said, "What's this building?" And Roger went, "I don't know." I was like, "You what? You just what? You just stood." That's like somebody standing outside the White House going, "What's that?" I don't know.
I don't know. I think this is Congress, or I don't know. It's the Bureau. It's the Treasury. I don't know what this place is. Who knows? I don't really care. Let's just move on.
No
There's
fish and chips that didn't know what Buckingham Palace was. I'm surprised Roger's hit 10,000 subscribers, if I'm honest.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you test out a phone, I want to ask, like, do you do you just like put your SIM in it and just rock it completely? Like, I'm just using this phone for a week. I'm not using any other. Obviously, keep your second phone, your iPhone or whatever. But when you're testing an Android device, do you completely use it without going back to anything else for a time period while you're testing them?
Yeah, because it's not fair. And I don't put a launcher on it. Like, I want to use it with its native skin and see how it works. A lot of people,
fair.
I gotta put on Nova, and I'm like, how is that fair? How do I experience this phone by putting Nova on it?
If you're doing a review, you got to, with what it comes with, because it's obviously something you're going to comment on, if the stock launch is good or not, or.
Well, yeah,
and you never know if it's good or not if you don't try it.
Right, and on top of that too, if it's somebody who's going to be a normal person, they probably wouldn't switch the launcher. They're probably not aware of that. And if it's somebody who is tech savvy, like the people who probably listen to our shows and pay attention, they're going to change it to Nova or whatever, right? So why not just go with what it works? Because really, at the end of the day, your reviews are supposed to be for people who just want to get an idea of the phone and maybe use it, and maybe not. They may not be switching launchers. They don't even know it's like, I don't know how many times you've been around somebody where you switch a launcher. They're like, you can do that. Like, yeah.
You ask any of your friends that aren't tech savvy about Nova or another launcher, they will have no idea what you're talking about. They just use it as it comes. Like, that's it for them.
I don't even like Nova though. I use a phone for its value, so I don't put launchers on any of my phones really.
Now, is there?
No, I normally do. Nova's normally my choice, but I will say the S21, One UI 3.3, I think it is. It's not actually that bad.
Yeah, it's okay. I've heard
they've made they've made some nice tweaks to it.
But I want to ask: is there a launcher or UI that you just don't like? Like either, and it doesn't have to be something current. Like one you're like just
Microsoft.
No, Microsoft launcher's pretty good.
I've never used Microsoft. And I was telling Sam before you came on, Matt, I've never used a Pixel. And I'll get chastised for that, but I've never had a Pixel.
What? Chat, calm down. Don't. Don't.
No, and I guess, well, there's nobody should obviously give you any trouble about that. But my question is that a deliberate thing, or is it just hasn't come up? Like you're just like, I mean, cool, but I don't really.
I like imports. Most of the phones I like are imports. Like people were shocked by me getting a Fold because I don't buy Samsung devices really. The last device I had before the Fold was the Samsung Note Fan Edition. That was the last Samsung device I had.
Yeah,
and that was import.
So is it just because do you like the imports better? Or is it just you just don't like what Samsung was bringing? Or I mean, I'm just curious, like why you specifically? Because I think that's pretty fascinating. Because most people don't do that, from what I've talked to. I mean, they're usually just like.
I think the imports, they innovate more than the domestic phones do. You can get more bang for your buck.
Oh, for sure, especially on Xiaomi. They're like their price value for what the phone. Then I saw do you see the I guess the new Ultra where it's got like a screen on the back?
Yes.
That is so wild to me. I'm like, they're just like, I can imagine
what
it means.
Anything. Like let's throw it against the wall and let's see if it works.
How's that meeting going? Like, hey, guys, we're going to put this camera bump, right? Okay, cool. It's kind of big. What we're going to do with that extra space on the other side of the camera hump? Let's put a fucking screen on it. Like, yeah, let's do that shit. Is it usable? No. It's cool, but it's definitely going to get something that nobody else has got, right? It's just like, they come up with some of the, like, that, and then there are other stuff they're doing, like the charger across the room and all sorts. I mean, I have to give it to Xiaomi, man. That company just comes up. There's got to be some cool guys in R&D just going, man, let's try this. And they're like, everybody's gonna give a shit about it. They're like, we don't care. We're gonna sell it, and we're gonna sell for $400. How do you like that?
But that's the one thing I don't understand about Xiaomi. The prices. They must be making losses on so much of their stuff.
No.
I don't think it costs that much to make devices. Companies are just profiting off of us paying for them.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best.
Oh, no, I 100% know that, yeah. But it's like the phones that use the 865 and they're charging £400. It's like, there's something a bit off about that. I know they include ads within the UI.
But I think
on the cheaper phones.
And I agree with Simon, and he's right here. Like Xiaomi's into tons of other stuff. They've got that's a huge
microwaves, scooters,
they're into all sorts of
kettles.
weird stuff. Like it's not just tech stuff. They're into just all sorts of craziness. I mean, that's a huge company. I think they can offset it. Now, if that was like HTC trying that, or a company that just did phones and that was their lifeblood, I think it'd be screwed. But yeah, I think Xiaomi can offset it. I like the gaming phones too.
Game,
Oh,
and ROG.
you're talking to the right person now.
Yeah, you got mad at Matt, and that's like, ooh, it's my Valentine's Day now. I just got blasted in the face. You talked about gaming phones. Matt loves them.
I have had them all. I
You
love
don't
my
have
ROG
to be
phones.
a gamer. I love my Black Shark, and I'm not a gamer like that.
Yeah,
I got the Black Shark
cool.
3, but I had battery issues with mine, unfortunately.
You did?
But yeah, the 5,000 milliamp hour battery, I was getting 2.5 hours screen on time.
I had the
So I had
Pro,
to send it back.
and
Yeah, it was
I
the Black
used
Shark
it.
3
I sold
Pro.
it to somebody, and then they sold it to somebody. So the phone was in rotation for a while. Like somebody contacted me, like, "I got your phone, and it still works good."
Yeah, I just think that I'm not a gamer, but I think the phone just looks cool. I think that Black Shark looks
The
really,
ROG
just the design
Phone
is
3.
cool.
The ROG Phone 3 looks good. And it's
But I had the 2.
long lasting.
You have the 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I
my
think they
favorite
look
one. Even over the ROG 3, I still love the ROG 2.
The 2 was better than the 3 because I never had the 3.
The 3 was just one of those, it's the same phone. Sort of, they added an extra camera, but it was one of them pointless 5
And the
megapixel
cameras
jobs.
were not bad on either one of those phones. Like people like gaming phones have shitty cameras. I was like, no, they
same
don't.
size, same battery, remove the headphone jack, same screen, apart from obviously it was 144. So it was a good phone, but it was too close to the ROG 2. But the ROG 2 did it a little bit better because it had a headphone jack.
Well, and here's the thing: is the people are making those comments about the cameras. How much you want to bet they aren't even rocking that phone? They didn't even have that phone in their hand, but they're going to tell you what the cameras are like.
The cameras were good.
Told all the time. They say it's overpriced. It's a gimmick, and I'm like, have you used one? Until you use one, don't talk to me.
Right.
And they weren't even overpriced. Like compared to Samsung and Apple, the phone that was more powerful cost less.
But yeah, Emily makes a point about the phones that people are willing to pay it. I mean, yeah, if you can sell a phone for $2,500 and people eat it, I mean, why not? I mean, especially you can sell 10 million units of it.
The phone sold out. It sold out. So $2,000 clearly during a pandemic. So
right, where everybody's broken without a job and the economy's in the shitter. But people got too large to pay for a phone, right? They didn't dropped in a bucket like it was
celebrities.
Nothing.
And influencers, man. That's who's buying all them phones.
I was digging for discounts. I was online just Googling, and I found a couple. So I didn't pay the full price, but man.
Well, doesn't Samsung have to
because
trade in?
They give
a lot of credits for trade-ins. I mean, you can if you had like
an older phone. I didn't have anything to trade in because I don't use Samsung devices.
I know that's the only problem. You're like, did you guys take a Xiaomi? They're like, what? They ain't taking that whack.
No, they do.
Get that phone out of here.
They take. If you go on the website, the Samsung trade-ins, obviously they give you more for Samsung phones, but they do take other ones.
Other. Yeah, other. What is it, like pork? Other, right? Like, what the hell? It's like
Samsung's trade-ins is probably one of the best though for like
if you're using
year-on-year upgrades.
Hold on to the Fold regardless. Even if I like this phone I'm using now better than the Fold, I'll keep that so I can trade it in for the Fold 3.
Because they'll give you damn near what you pay for it, like the following year, just to get a discount on the next phone. So you'll get the next one for like 500, 800. It's ridiculous.
So, but yeah, I think, and DT is right. Musk needs to tweet about the Duo. yeah. Microsoft going, we did what? He said, how many did we sell?
None.
Holy shit. We didn't make
Elon
that
Musk could tweet about
we made like
the
50,000 of these fucking things, right? So,
and no one would buy it.
No. I guarantee if
because it's not what people know. It's unusual, and people don't like straying. The general consumer, yeah, they won't stray away from what they know. So,
well, like I told you before, dual screens or foldables or whatever that category is. Once Apple gives their good housekeeping seal of approval and makes one, then that's it. Then you know that is a form factor that is legitimate. And people will spend an ungodly amount of money. And I told you before, Apple doesn't have to run an advertisement ever again. Why do they even bother? You know what I was like? If I was Tim Cook, I'd be like, look, we're not having any more fucking ads. Y'all know what the fuck's up. Just buy our shit. And we're just going to put it out there.
They could sell it. People would buy them.
Yep.
Just buy it.
It's got that Apple logo on it. People will buy it. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a sock. If you buy a sock, 500 quid sock, and it'd be like, it's an Apple one, I'll buy that. Yeah.
iSocks.
And you fucking know I'm right. You know if they decided to do that, they could charge what the fuck they want, and people would buy it.
The new iTurd. Cool turd.
Yeah, exactly. You just put it in your bowl and it just sits there and it plays music, right? And you never flush it, just goes around in circles. And then it like smells nice. And then you can get different colors, matte black, gray.
They're gonna steal your idea.
$5.99, please. Thank you very much. And people will eat that shit up. They'll just buy it.
Yeah, like I said, that category will take off if Apple makes, because they're talking about making, I think, a Z Flip, right? They're not going to go this way. They're going to do like a Z Flip. If they sell that thing,
it's rollable.
I don't think they're going to do rollable.
So
no, I like rollable because it's
rollable when LG was talking rollables.
I think that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now will it ever actually come?
I love it when TCL.
What kind of use cases will it be in durability? That needs to be seen. But just as like a concept, I was like, wow, that's pretty badass, man.
We first saw it with TCL, wasn't it? Was it beginning of last year?
Yeah.
And then Oppo and LG now, and it's I'm as a nerd, I'm like, ooh, because we got the folds, the flips, the rollables. Then you got the Duo, which is sort of, I don't know, because it's a dual, but it folds, but it also flips the other way because you can have it. I don't know, but it's interesting to see where we're going because the engineering is just unbelievable. The wing, for instance, the engineering that just went into that hinge just on its own before they even decided on the software and stuff. It's incredible. And guess what? We don't get that either.
It's because it's LG. They don't like the UK anymore.
Which
is funny because they have a UK LG division in the UK. Like, what are those guys doing? They're like,
LG UK sell all the smart home stuff. That's what LG UK
Huawei, are. There's a Huawei location in Chicago.
Oh, there is. Oh, I heard that. I just drive up there. Really? I'm in St. Louis, so I can get to Chicago in 4 hours.
What?
Yeah, they have a facility in Chicago. So I was just like, how does that work?
Yeah, are they not? I don't know. Do they not get like shut down when the bans come in because they wouldn't be allowed to operate? They're not allowed to do business in the US. It's not owning a shop doing business in the US.
That's crazy. You got a point. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I think that rollable. Again, who knows about the durability, right? And who knows if it's like how many times you get to roll it?
Durability is going to be shot. The durability is going to be shot.
But I mean, as far as a concept,
first iteration.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I tell people all the time because they say, "Oh, you paid $2,000 for a fragile phone." I'm like, my phone walked down 12 to 13 stairs in a case and slid across the floor, and it was fine. So I mean, the fold isn't as fragile.
There's a YouTube channel that I've seen. It's genuinely a builder, and he has all these phones, and he doesn't have cases and nothing on them. He has the folds, the Duo, and all this stuff. Takes them to work with him on building sites, brings them home. Does never look after him. And you'd be surprised on how durable the Fold 2 actually is compared to the first generation.
That's just like the one that Latrell Jennings, he froze his in the freezer and defrosted, and it still works. So it's not a waterproof phone, but it clearly
it's only fragile if you've got the screen open and you are poking it with a nail. I mean, that's if you're just using it like a normal person on a phone, then it's going to be fine. The first one, obviously, the first generation, that was a bit different.
That's the way I feel about rollables. I'm like, once you get that first generation behind you, the second gen should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm running into that with the Duo as far as just, I think they made it.
I can't wait for the Duo too.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they made it.
I can't wait for the one.
They tried to get it to you, but got this country, man. You can't ship anything to the UK, man. I sent like T-shirts and stickers.
It just
was
takes
like $9,000
for a shirt.
It was nuts.
No, I kid you not. Right? It was a friend of mine, Mark, who lives in the States, sent me his Duo so I could use it, and FedEx basically held it hostage and tried to charge me £400 customs to get it out of. Heathrow to me, and I was like, no.
I sent that G8X to you. It took like 2 months to get to you.
No, it was honestly, that was like genuinely about 3 months.
Yeah, I sent the dual screen, everything, just so we can get a handle on it. And I sent it in like, what was that like? I don't know when I sent it. It was like, it took 2.5 months to get to the UK, and then I had to pay to get it out of customs because they had marked it as a sale instead of like just sending the phone.
They kidnapped it.
So we had to pay VAT. You had to pay VAT on it, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to pay VAT and I had to pay kidnapping fee and everything. It was just, it did a whole tour. And then when Juan sent me the LG G50, the G50, the V50,
Had to upgrade the accent.
same
fee,
thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh, but then of course when Matt sent it back to me, was it FedEx? I got like 36 hours.
Yeah.
No, I swear.
I sent it to him.
I swear to
36
God,
hours from me to him.
literally, it left. It
2
left.
weeks the other way.
Yeah, it left the UK. Well, I sent it U.S. Postal Service. Go figure, right? Yeah, I know.
Was it during Christmas?
No, it wasn't. It is funny,
like
and I
March.
should have known. And I should have known someone was up because the guy at the post office was like, this is gonna take a while to get there, right? I was like, yeah, but a couple of weeks, right? He's like, yeah, sure it is, buddy. And he took that phone out of my hand. I never saw it again. He's like the mob. He's like, we'll take care of this. Don't worry about it. You just go ahead and go about your way. And then finally, he sent it back, and I watched like the path. It was like from the UK in England, landed in Chicago. It was at my doorstep in like literally 36 hours. It was insane. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like,
I sold a phone on Swap after Trump shut down all the post office machinery and shit. And literally, priority mail, 14 days.
what?
Puerto Rico.
Priority 14 days.
And I was in touch with the buyer the whole time. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I
know what?
it the next day. Like, I don't
Next
know
time,
what-
I'm just gonna drive it to Florida and just swim it. I'm just gonna swim. Fuck it. It's fine. It's
You
cool.
get yourself
That
a
was the
Pedalo.
P40 Pro. That was the P40 Pro when I sold it.
Yeah.
14 days.
That's mad.
Fuck. Yeah.
See,
Hey.
we the UK like charging people, and the States like making people wait.
Right. See, Eric's in the show. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Welcome, sir. How you going? Yeah. So we.
Hello there.
Hey,
That's who first pulled me on the internet to do live streams. So that's where I started.
yeah, I love Eric. So he's just so like I like to meet him and just like talk to him and just sit there, and that's why we like to do the show, because it's like if I ran into Rachel, like,
Oh, yeah.
like what we talk, like, holy shit, you're Gadget guys. Hey, how's it going? What kind of phone you using? Like, that's the kind of like what we try to do here. It's like, I just seem like a guy
She'd
who's
probably
legitimately
punch you and just be like, "COVID, bitch."
right, and he just then he take that and then he take his fold two and bust me about the head with it. He probably could fold in half. He'd probably hit me on top of the head with it. Probably wouldn't break it.
Yeah,
Probably
see,
break my.
Eric always gives LG a fair shake. And
He
it
does.
seems like Matt does too, even though he can't get the damn phone.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
I,
mean,
love LG. I always have
Yeah.
done, but now it's just a bit harder to get them. But I still try.
Yeah.
Do you think
It may
they're
take
shutting down?
months, but
Like they're
I
talking
still
about
try
shutting
to
down
get
the phone division? Do you think they're really going to shut it down?
Yeah, I think so. I think well, I would hope
I don't think they will. I think
would
they'll
hope
be
they don't.
specific to markets. Just that's it, no more anywhere else.
Yeah, I think they'll probably obviously be they'll stay in Korea probably, in Asia, but I would hope not, because I think just more competition the better, and I think LG makes great phones. It's just a shame because they just
They
do
can't
not
market.
It's just they just don't get any love, man. And I think it's like what people run into is like, oh, they're this and they're that, and I don't like them. It's like, do you use an LG? Well, no, but I have a Samsung. No, the
If
same.
it's not
It's-
Samsung
it's
or an Apple,
exactly.
people frown upon it. It's just like,
Yeah,
LG from the G4 slipped with the G5, stopped doing proper marketing, even though they kept making good phones, but because the marketing wasn't there, people just think they disappeared.
yeah.
And then people only remember the older phones, which were the ones like the boot loop and the
oh,
terrible G5 that I didn't even mind that much, to be fair.
I loved my
And-
V10 until it boot looped. If I could have had one that didn't, I would have bought another V10.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I had the V35. I love that phone. I had the G8.
I had that one too, the V35.
Yeah, I had the G8, G8X. I love those phones.
I had the
mean,
V50 from overseas with the dual screen.
oh, there you go. See, I know Ronald. He's got a V50 as well. He's got his Mint.
Yeah.
So I know he loves that phone.
LG
Love
let us go
Rollable.
after
I
the
love this
G7.
Wireless too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm stuck with AT&T, and they've been okay. I don't have a problem with them.
I'm cheap.
Yeah, and then yeah, and then that's my daughter. She likes to troll the chat. So, and then BTS did the whole thing in Korea with they had BTS versions of the Galaxy phones. They were like purple.
Sam had to explain to me who BTS were. I was like, "What are you talking about? What's a BTS?"
Right.
I had no idea.
I know. Look at her.
I'm
She's like, you don't know who they
not
are. It's like,
culturally- Well, no,
she
because
knows who
I'm
they
not-
are.
I'm not like music. I love my music, but I'm not what's going on in the news, in the charts, or anything like that. I'm very much in my. This is old school
That is
stuff.
hilarious. Somebody said,
And I'm like, no. I'm like my dad. I'm like my dad. You ask my dad about BTS, he'll be like, is that a foot disease? I don't know what that is.
So, are you originally from South Carolina, in that area? Where were you originally
I'm
from? Or are you a
Charlotte.
transplant?
I'm from North Carolina, and
Okay.
born and raised. And they're very few because everybody leaves. So we have a lot of people who've come in. So everybody in Charlotte now is like from New York or down
Really?
south somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
we get
it's
a
like
lot of people.
It's like Atlanta. They got a lot of people. Like how many? You don't know many people in Atlanta like who have been in Atlanta like 35 years, not like native Atlantans. They've all moved from somewhere else. So I find it. I thought that was just Atlanta. I'm interesting. It's like other larger cities in the South, right? Like
Yeah,
Charlotte.
because we're the biggest city in North Carolina, but we're not the capital. So people assume we're the capital because we're the biggest city. Most
Right.
people have heard of Charlotte because we got the professional basketball, football
Right.
teams and stuff like that. But you know, when you deal with the capitals different than the largest city, it's like that war between the capital and the largest city. It's like Raleigh's okay with me. I don't have a problem with Raleigh. They have a problem with us.
Yeah, they got some issues. They got some problems. Well, the funny thing in Missouri, the St. Louis and Kansas City aren't the capitals either, right? And Kansas City is actually in 2 states. It's in Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. So who knew, right? But the capital of Missouri is Jeff City. So I've been to Jeff City because I used to be, in my former life, I was a police officer, so that's where the highway patrol's at. It's the
Former
headquarters.
life, like
Huh?
what?
Dude,
Former
that's
life.
a former life. Trust me.
you
That's
you,
in
you
my-
died and then you came back the same person, the same
No.
arsehole you were, and then just straight
No,
back up.
actually, the funny
That's
thing
what
is
happened to
when I was-
me.
When I was a cop, I was actually a lot nicer to people. I was actually, I enjoyed it. I mean, I worked in a traffic unit for the last couple of years.
What?
Yeah, I did okay. I wish it wasn't too bad. Talk to people who knew.
So you get those side eyes like I do, and I say I work for the prosecutor's office, and they're like,
Oh,
"You're the man."
oh,
Like,
right.
no, I'm not the man.
No, I'm just a person doing a job. It's like just whatever. Yeah. No, it seems like a long time ago. It's been a while. I mean, where I'm at now, it feels like another lifetime. It's just crazy. It's just a different. It's all different. I don't know how to describe it. It's not what I do now. So that's clearly obvious. But yeah, when you're going for training and it's Jeff City, but yeah, everybody knows of St. Louis, kinda, right? And but yeah, they're not that's the major cities, but nobody knows the capital unless you're like a geography nut, right? I mean, people in school had to memorize all the 50 state capitals. I remember having to do that. So,
Well, I got a question. Can I ask?
Sure.
A question? How did you guys meet each other?
I'll let Matt handle this question. He always describes it much better than I do.
What? Why do I explain it better than you do? Basically, we just some gadget guy.
Okay, Cubit, but go ahead.
Some gadget guy. It was in his Discord.
Okay, Juan, yeah.
It was literally, we're part of his community, join the Discord, the Patreon, and then that was it. There's no big story. Just in a Discord, start talking.
You know.
Sam had this Sunday stuffing things stream where he'd just sit on his own and talk to himself. And I came on 1 week.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of, that was it. I came on 1 week and then I never left. Can't get rid of me.
You're like an uninvited guest, huh?
Yeah,
it's
but then
like
we
a
had to
cold.
change the
It's like
name.
a bad
Sunday-
cold that you just can't shake.
Well, we had to change the name, so we held a competition on Twitter for somebody. Whoever picked it got some KZ4s, and it was and that's literally how we evolved into the morons we are now.
So I started I was in one stream and I was listening to his podcast and his SGG QA and do all that. And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna try to do something, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So
I described it better. You already described it better, and you ain't even started.
No, but you described it fine. It's just so I just started.
That's because I speak proper English.
Here we go. We're not going there. We're not doing that. Okay. So I did the show and it was called the Sunday Stuff Things because I would just get on for 2 hours and just ramble about whatever was on my mind. Matt came on and after the show, we're like, hey man, do you this seemed like it worked pretty good. You want to just do this? He's like, yeah, let's just keep doing it. And that's it. We were still the Sunday Stuff Things for about 4 or 5, 6 more shows and then across the Pondcast. And here we are.
Courtesy of Aditya Anil, who is in the chat right now. Still with us. We haven't scared him off yet. and he hasn't scared us off. So
kind of like. I don't know if she feels the same way, Hutch. Boy, I don't know, man.
He's one of my regulars, so
Yeah, I know. I remember that was the one of the shows I always see him in there, and he's.
Look, I tell people I've popped so many cherries. He never live streamed until he came on my stream. I have another one, Wayne Train, and he never live streamed until he came on my stream. So I'm like, all these people trusted me with their first time live streaming. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that just goes to show one, they trust you, and two, that it's just. I watch the streams. It looks like just a lot of fun. That's what I like. I don't think much about it. I can just sit there, and other stuff's going on. I just put my headset in and just watch you guys, and I don't ever usually comment. Sometimes I'll jump in the comments and say something, but normally I'm just like sit back and I go. My wife's going, "What do you listen to?" I said, "This is Gadgets." And then she goes, and she looked at me, and so I pulled the headset out because they usually have a headset. She's like, "Oh, okay." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "That's a lively stream." I said, "Yeah." They get wild.
Everything from food. We don't always just talk about tech, so it's
exactly the same as us.
Speaking of food, what's the barbecue situation where I gotta have a good barbecue setup? Shut up. I gotta know.
I'm just jealous that I can't get good barbecue like you guys can get.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Well, I tell people all the time, if they come to Charlotte, like Plaza Midwood Barbecue is like the bomb, because when Obama was campaigning, that's when he stopped in Charlotte. That's where he took his people. And It's not just because, that he wanted to promote these people. Their barbecue is just that good. I'm a big brisket person myself.
Oh, God, yeah. Absolutely.
They have something called burnt ends where they just marinate the ends, and they have different kinds of barbecue sauce. Like literally, well, I guess if you're not from the South, you don't really know about cheerwine and soda, but they have like flavors based on sodas and different kinds of barbecue sauce. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then seafood in South Carolina too.
You lost me then. I didn't know how you. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That all sounds really good, but I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, briskets, burnt ends, all that kind of stuff, man. Oh, burnt ends are great because you can just sit there and put them like in a little tub and just snack on them.
Yes.
Oh yeah, There's my friend.
That sounds awesome. Stupid COVID, man. If it wasn't for COVID, I would have already flown over if I could. But the UK's borders are closed, so I can't go anywhere. But honestly, I'd be there eating food in his garage where he has his barbecue outside. It'd be lovely.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to coming over and trying some proper food.
I'm trying to get to the UK, so it's completely,
Well, that's okay because we gotta go. So
we've got good food too.
I'm gonna take her with me. We're gonna grab the whole crew. We're just gonna show up. We're gonna fly over same time.
And when you meet me, I'll know what Buckingham Palace is, and I'll take you for fish and chips.
Also, the proper English. I want the English.
Mm-hmm.
The English breakfast.
Oh yeah, a full English breakfast.
I'm the biggest fan. Like I don't know if Sam's caught the streams where I mentioned like that's one of my favorite accents. So I am enjoying this stream, even if I'm just listening to Matt talk.
Oh yeah,
you got a fan. I don't know why.
No, I don't know what it is though, because like I know that Americans everyone I speak to always says the same thing. The English accent just sounds so weird, but it all depends where you're from in England. Because as we've mentioned Sam many times before, 5 minutes away from me in a different city, completely different.
Yeah.
Roger, who's in the chat, he is the definition of British. What you see in the movies and stuff, his accent is on point.
Yeah, and see, Simon's trying to take care of you. He said you're gonna visit. You're gonna go back in like 300 pounds, man.
That's right, because
you're gonna be. We're gonna fill you up.
You can't get healthy food in the U.S. anymore.
Well, all I can say is that because all the gyms are closed, it's not exactly like that's gonna make a difference right now.
Yeah, y'all are still on lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we've been in lockdown since before.
I think you guys are going to be there all the way through March, right?
Yeah.
Well,
March 8th is when they might open the schools. Might open the schools on March 8th. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Depends if we invent a new variant. Like we keep making all these new ones up.
Yes, inventing things over there.
We're just firing them out. We weren't happy. We're doing it the British way. We weren't happy with the one that came in. We're like, no, this is not good enough for us. We're proper hard. We want a good variant.
Right.
They've just discovered another one in Brentford, I think it was.
Webster's.
And they called it the Brentford variant, and I'm like, what are they doing in Brentford? Come I don't understand what's going on in Bradford. Are they making shit as they go along? I don't know.
Well, everybody's baking during the COVID. You hadn't seen like the zucchini bread and everything that everybody
Yeah.
I keep hearing
Do
about
you make your own
zucchini
sourdough?
bread.
Do you make your own? I can't either. My wife makes zucchini bread. It's pretty good. I gotta be careful because man, she makes a lot. She makes like a
Well, I
beer
like
bread.
the fattening stuff. Like I'm gonna make cookies and cheesecake and everything.
Oh, geez.
My God, my carry-on bag on the way home from the States is not
They're
going
not
to
gonna
be
let you in the
anything but
UK.
food.
What the hell are you doing all this shit? You're like, bringing it back because I'm gonna eat it all, and I can't get this anywhere in this place. So
Yeah, I made turtle brownies a couple weeks ago with the nuts and the caramel and fudge.
What?
See, here's what we're gonna do. Me and Rachel are coming over, and she's gonna bring all the stuff that she got, all her barbecue and all her recipes that she's baking, and then I'm gonna bring all the stuff from St. Louis, like the toasted ravs and Emo's Pizza and all that shit. And we're gonna open up a shop right there in London. We'll be able to retire. Those people, we are gonna blow their minds away. They're gonna be like, "Is this? This is just from 2 cities in the United States." I said, "This is just from North Carolina and St. Louis. We're not even talking about like Chicago or LA or Detroit or any of these other places like Boston. None of it. We are gonna break it over there, and these people are gonna be like, yeah, we're fucked. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna spend a lot of money here
because we have Five Guys, and we have, but they're not the same. No, but they're not the same because it's British people, employed. It's made with British meat. It's just in a Five Guys restaurant. It's just a chain that opened.
The same fry treatment where they put all the fries in the bag and put extra fries on the bag.
Chips.
It's all greasy.
They're called chips.
I'm sorry, the chips. You're right.
Well, you gotta know. I get yelled at because I call it football, and then he yells at me because it's hand egg. It's not real football. Football, soccer.
Yeah, soccer is football. Yeah.
That's because football's played with your fucking feet, and American football is not played with your feet. You kick the ball.
Kick it sometimes.
Sometimes it's played with your fucking hands, and it's shaped like an egg. Egg.
See, Rach, this is what I gotta deal with. This is the shit I gotta deal with every fucking week with this guy.
Football's played with your feet.
That's okay. Yeah, I know. And then Jermaine. Yeah, I know.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, Simon.
Everybody with the football.
UK
American
chocolate.
Football is what they say.
Yeah. Simon brings up a good point. Our chocolate is way better than American chocolate.
Oh.
So what I've heard.
That's just like challenge accepted, sir.
I'll send. Have you seen these challenges on YouTube and stuff where an American and a British who are friends, they send each other a box of snacks from either side? We need to do that.
Oh yeah.
That's gotta be awesome.
I never thought about that. Like, I don't know why, but I never thought about doing that. We should like make up a box. I'll make up a box of all my favorite UK chocolates. Send them over.
Aero is so good. I wonder is that what is that? Do you know?
Aero is a chocolate bar.
Is it chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's bubbly.
Really?
It's like bubbly chocolate.
Familiar now as you said that. I've had something similar.
And I love Kinder Buenos. It's my favorite.
Somebody said orange or mint. They come in different flavors, huh?
There you go.
Oh yeah, there's orange, mint, caramel.
Weed? I don't know.
I don't know who has better weed.
I don't know.
I do.
Oh, Matt would know.
Matt would put his hands up. Okay.
Apparently he's done the field work.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to send you all the chocolate we have here because this year's been weird. No, if I send that,
send that in the mail, Matt.
I can. I know a guy. I do. No.
We may or may not discuss.
I'm going to send you all the orange flavored chocolate we have in here, Maltesers and all that stuff, because we've got all the orange flavored ones. Great. We need to do that, Sam. I'm going to exchange.
It's so awesome. She knows the international sections of the grocery store. Okay.
Yeah, Matt's right. According to EU law, chocolate has to be 20% cocoa. In the US, it can be 10%. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Your chocolate is more sugar. Is more sugar than cocoa, and over here we have more cocoa.
More sugar. That's why we're so fucking fat.
But that's why we use cocoa.
Really fat. It's just more
so the chocolate. The chocolate's made with cocoa milk, and it's smooth and it's nice.
Yeah.
I've had American chocolate, and I do like it, and I like Reese's.
I don't eat chocolate at all.
You like dark chocolate? I don't like dark chocolate.
Yeah. He's gonna send me a stroopwafel. That's cool. I want to try one. They're so good. God, it looks so good.
It's good to have friends in other places, isn't it?
Hey,
That's
Jermaine, yeah, you gotta give me one of there first. I mean, I am technically a stop before him.
Oh.
Yeah, and Simon says also the milk content. Hershey's uses more water in their chocolate. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There's a whole show about chocolate. I don't even eat chocolate generally. I don't.
Oh, the sweets. Our sweets are made with more real fruit juice than any other.
I think her man hooked her up. She got is that filling in there? Is that like
I don't see anyone sharing. Like, that's not how it works.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
And they said, Mike says, they have more sugar in our bread too. Subway's bread isn't legally considered bread in the EU. Oh, okay.
It wasn't legally bread. It was
I'm not in the European Union anymore. I'm not in the EU.
They're in the UK, which ain't in the EU anymore.
We Brexited the shit out of that over the space of 4 years.
Yeah. So that's a question. So, hey, have you ever been to St. Louis at all?
Yeah. I have not.
That's okay. You're not missing much. The Arch, music's pretty good, and the food's all right.
But I love to travel. Like, I color in the little shades in each state that I've visited. I like to travel. I try to go somewhere different every year. But COVID, I haven't gone anywhere. So
no. So when was the
problem with the States is takes a long time. Like the amount of time it takes you to get from state to state, I can literally get to another country.
Oh, I fly. I don't drive much in my old age.
Well,
I could fly to
Spain.
Spain.
It's almost cheaper to fly
anywhere in Europe. It's mad how big the US is to me. Like I could literally fly to another country or somewhere else in Europe for the amount of time it takes one flight to get from one side of the states to the other.
Yeah.
So Sean says, don't go East St. Louis.
East St. Louis. That's in Illinois. It's on the other side of the river. East St. Louis is a little rough. That's a rough area. But
it's where you used to patrol as a cop.
No.
You didn't do that area.
No, but here's the
he doesn't care.
I'll tell you one thing about East St. Louis, though. Their high school football team used to crush the shit out of East St. Louis Flyers.
They did.
Woo! They used to crush the shit out of people. I mean, they would just destroy teams. They were awesome. It's like, and they are still probably pretty good. I don't follow it, but man, back in the day when I was in high school, man, East St. Louis used to and they'd run up the score on people. They'd run you up. If you can't beat them, they'd be 70-0. They didn't care. They didn't have any shit.
How old are you? He says he's still older. I'm 42.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Ronald's 90 or 100. I think he's 100.
Sam.
Which is interesting because he got a new job where he's 57.
You're old as shit. You can't say nothing.
I know, but I'm not as. But it's funny because every time I mention that, Ronald always makes sure he mentions that he's older. So that's cool, and he is. Yeah.
But Ronald looks better.
Oh, by far.
Hey, is it an old picture or what?
Yeah, by far.
He looks good for
I think that's probably a new picture. Ronald's in good shape. He ain't. Yeah.
I need his workout regimen.
Yeah. Well, he's got a new job now. I think
He said he just lost 35 pounds because of his job.
Yeah, he had a new job. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was like, yeah, you're right. Ronald is definitely better looking and in way better shape than I am. That's for sure. Now he rentals. There's where he works. Okay. Yeah. Oh, but Boston. Okay. Yeah, I've been to Boston. That's a lot of fun. That place is awesome.
I hate Boston accents. Sorry if anybody.
I love them. Actually, it's funny.
You do?
Yeah, I kind of do. I don't know what it was about it. I even got to the point where I spent enough time in Boston. I can almost fake it.
You can?
And Tommy. Yeah, hand me the clicker. Yeah, see, I can kind of do it.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to know them the lingo, right? That's the remote control. It's called the clicker. Yeah, the clicker. Yeah. Yeah, you got to go Dunks. Hey, you going to Dunks? I'm like, I'm going where? Dunkin' Donuts, right? That's where you get the coffee. It's like, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. The guy was like, yeah, you going to Dunks?
Krispy Kreme over Dunkin' Donuts all day.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme's yeah. And I had a Krispy Kreme when they took it right out of the fryer and they handed it to me. I went there one day just get donuts for the
like
team.
Crack. Not that I know
it was and the lady's like, you want a donut? I said, they don't look done. She's like, yeah, it comes right out of the fryer. I was like, that's like right out of the fryer. She says, yeah. And she handed it to me on a stick and I took it off and it just dissolved. I was like, that's the greatest thing I've ever eaten my whole life. She's like, you want another one? No, because I'll eat the whole dozen. No, it was
you can down a half a dozen easy.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I don't even eat donuts that often. I know, contrary to the popular belief that cops eat donuts, which they don't.
They hate when you bring them donuts, or they don't want to be seen in a donut.
Well, then I used to have a partner. Like one day we went into a shop. It was like 3:00 in the afternoon. And he's like, I guess they were getting rid of the donuts in the Krispy Kreme rack. He just handed them. And he's like, he goes, you want these? I'm like, fuck no, I don't want those. And he's like, why? It's like, I'm in a full uniform. You think I'm taking a box and walking the fuck out of this and putting him in a patrol car? You're crazy. Then I look over. As I'm saying that, I look at my partner. I go, he's got the box in his hand. I go, fuck you doing? He's like, I'm gonna take these back to the station. Right? I'm gonna let him throw it away. I'm like, we're not putting those in my fucking car. You're walking. No way am I doing that. That's weird. Yeah, we're not doing it. We did it.
Oh.
Put it in the car. Of course. What'd you get? Bunch of looks.
On its own, you have to go to Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme. I don't think they have Krispy Kremes in the UK, do they? They like a donut shops. They don't have like chain donut shops in the UK, do they?
Not in the same way. It's hard to explain. They have fresh trucks in cities, so they have like where they make the donut in front of you, hot, fresh off the fuck. They're so nice.
Yeah,
they're not like a chain.
Okay,
like you'd have all your shops.
I like somebody said in the chat they have a bakery. Bakeries
yeah.
are awesome. Yeah,
it's like a bakery with like baked goods, so it's not just like a donut shop. Like Krispy Kreme. Although I think they have other stuff, and they're like they got like other but nobody cares, right? They just do it just Krispy Kreme in Dublin. Okay, they got dunks. They got dunks in the UK though, right? I think
dunks.
Yeah, you get stuck. Well, that's what happens. I start hanging out with Matt. I start using like a bunch of phrases in like meetings and shit.
See, there ain't no Dunkin' Donuts around here in the Midlands. I've never seen one around when I've been traveling, so they must be really obscure because I've never seen.
Maybe they're in London. They might be in London.
Everything's in London, but that's not the rest of the UK. That's just one spot. That's just where, if somebody's going to open something, it's going to be in London.
Yeah.
Just because it's London. Like, obviously, it's going to be there.
There you go.
They put flying over here and open something Derby the size of 200,000 people.
A cup of tea in it. Yeah, is that what? That's
the no!
You can take your cup of tea, mate, and you can shove it up your arse. I'll have a cup of coffee, thank you.
Yeah, he's like one of those free people in the British people that don't like tea, right? You don't want your tea drinker?
I'm a free British person. I will not be dominated by tea and biscuits, fish and chips. I'll have a coffee and a kebab.
Yeah. Is it halal?
Although I do like fish and chips, I will say that.
Oh, so piss off you. You got a detail. He's on a roll now, man.
Oh, wow.
Piss off, you wanker. You can shut up, Dietia, you fucking knob.
Yeah, he's a knob.
Oh, I like Wawa too, Emily. We don't have them in North Carolina, but I like Wawa.
I don't know what is Wawa.
What's a Wawa?
It's a what?
It's a gas station.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yes,
Wawa.
but they have food in the gas station, and like they have lemonade tea, and like their Wawa branded stuff is awesome.
It kind of reminds me of like a Casey's. They have like it's like that's what we have in the. It's like got pizza and it's like got food and they make like it's like a gas station. It's, Casey's General Store.
I am never ever gonna live long enough to try all this different stuff.
You gotta hit the Wawa. You come to the States, you gotta go to the gas station.
I need to take 5 years off work full pay, and I can come traveling. I'll just go around and just like man versus food. I'll just do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, if you come to the States, man, you would take you forever. It'd take years to travel all the places like Charlotte and St.
If
Louis
I came to America
Detroit,
just to
Chicago.
do that, I'd have a heart attack before I finished.
True.
That's okay. Well, we have decent healthcare. Well, not really, not for you. We don't
You
have
ain't got the
NHS.
NHS.
We have the NHS. We have decent enough healthcare if you got the money. If you're broke as shit, you're fucked.
You're preaching to me about healthcare. I live in the UK. We've got the NHS, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think Gary, I think Wawa goes all the way. Wawa, not Huawei. Wawa goes all the way down to Virginia, I believe.
Okay. It's almost like I wonder how far up the East Coast it goes. I wonder if it's just kind of like North Carolina.
I know no, we don't have them in North Carolina. I think the closest have to go is Virginia, but he says it's a Jersey thing. I know they have them big time in Jersey.
Okay, cool. Wawa started in New Jersey. Okay, yeah, Virginia and Maryland. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I never heard of them. It sounds like I do have traveled back when we could travel. I could check it out, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, our healthcare is shit. That is true.
Our healthcare is shit.
It is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's not good. We don't have the National Health Service here at all.
We don't care about our people.
Yeah. How would you assume that we care about our people? How rude. We don't give a fuck if they live or die unless they have money.
What is travel?
Yeah, what is travel? Right. Remember that thing where you used to like leave the city you lived in and visited other cities and enjoyed the people and the food and the culture and the travel?
Don't talk ridiculous. That's not a thing. Nobody can do
I'm
that.
on my anniversary of not flying for a year. Yeah.
You haven't flown? Oh, wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez,
I haven't left my city. I haven't left Derby in over a year. Well over a year now, because we were in lockdown in March last year. Then we came out for a little bit, but we weren't allowed to go anywhere because we were in tears. And then we went back into lockdown. Then we were allowed out at Christmas. Boris said you can go to people's houses at Christmas, but you can't go to only like for 5 days. And then he went, no, actually you can only do it for 1 day. And then we had eat out, help out, where everyone went mad, and then COVID beat us, and then we went back into lockdown again.
Steak and Shake. I see that in the chat. I like
they all the Steak and Shakes in St. Louis. I think there's only there's maybe 3 that are still actually open in St. Louis, but the rest of them are all closed.
I'll give the side-by-side shake where you get 2 different flavors of shake.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dude, I'll tell you, the thing they used to do good was the chili 5-way. I used to love that shit. I love that stuff.
Never had that.
Oh, man, it was really good. Shake Shack. We finally got those in St. Louis. I think there's one.
Never had Steak and Shack.
I've heard it's pretty good, but I don't like going out to restaurants anymore. I like curbside now. I never thought I would really like curbside. I really love curbside service.
Which is a weird thing for me. I don't understand that.
Curbside?
They call it takeaways. That's what they call them in the UK.
Oh,
takeaway.
That's right.
Call them takeaways. Because he's like takeaway. I'm like, what the fuck is a takeaway? I don't know what that
A takeaway is a shop that makes food. You go in, they make the food, you wrap it up, and you take it away.
Right, you take it
literally,
away.
You're doing what you're saying.
Right,
you're taking it and you go away.
But I just, like I said, we've gone to the restaurants and got and they give you the trays and stuff that's all nice and you just my wife and I went to a park. It was like local. We just sat in a park, popped them open, just ate them right there. It was like right there. It was in the middle of like July. It was awesome. I looked there. I was like, I kind of like this better than sitting in the restaurant and dealing with kids and all this other kind of shit. And she's like, yeah, this is pretty sweet.
You'd rather sit out and deal with bugs, huh?
Right. Well, and just people walking by going, look at them people eating food on park.
You ever been attacked by a wasp? Or you like fucking bastards won't leave you alone? Like, fuck you.
Right. No, I kind of like.
At least when you hit a kid, they run away.
He said curbside.
Wasp goes in for the attack.
I think Simon's making fun of the way I said curbside. Curbside.
Curbside sounds like prostitution. Curbside service.
Curb crawling is a legal term in the UK. Curb crawling? Okay.
It's also illegal.
Yeah, okay.
That's the difference in British English and American English. I see.
Yeah. So it's all. See, you're getting an experience here. You're getting to learn some lingo. She just likes listening to you talk, which I don't know why, because I can't stand you listening to her.
You don't like his accent?
Bollocks. No, you love it when I say that. When I say blower, you think, what the fuck is he talking about? I'll be back in a minute. Someone's calling me on the blower. Hello?
Yeah.
On the blower. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I call a phone. I actually know where I heard that from. Chris, expert. That's where I first heard it. I was like, did he just say it was a blower? It's like, it's a budget blower. I was like,
it's a blower. Not blower. Blower.
I didn't say blower. I said blower. It's funny. You still got it. I love how he makes fun of me, and at least I try. I try to do it.
I know I can't do an American accent, so that's why I don't try.
Yeah. So
I don't attempt it either. I just listen.
Yeah.
I think I sound like a redneck who's had about 17 beers and then 150 shots. When I try and do my American accent, that's what it sounds like. It's terrible.
So you know what British people do when they go to the American accent? They default to a Southern one. That one they can pull off.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's like the safety play. If you're in the UK and you're British and you don't know how to do an American accent, like you're not a trained actor, that's the one they go for. They don't do a Boston one. They don't do, oh, hey, how are you? Hey, hon. You don't do like a Minnesota. They don't do a Minnesota. No.
Nope.
No, they don't do that shit. They go.
We
like,
do things how we
doing?
want to do
Y'all
them.
cool?
Right?
Yeah, okay. They just go right after that one.
So
They go
that's
right
like
to the
the
southern one.
redneck.
Oh yeah, it's their safety play. It's a layup. They
That's true.
try.
That's another one I like. I like the Aussie accents. They're
Oh,
like,
Aussie, oh, yeah, I know. That's cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's like you just like generically defaulted to that. Like Aussie,
Right.
oi, what?
Yeah, I like Australian accents too. They're pretty good. But yeah, I think it's just it just seems like every time I've heard a British person try their first American accent, they almost always default to a southern one. I guess it's just easier to try to make it.
oh, all of my assistants on my phone, either they have a UK or Aussie accent.
Oh.
That's because we sound soothing.
Yeah. Somebody might be
We're chill.
taking me out on the road, but then my navigation times in, I'm like, okay, I'm okay.
Well, no, it's fun. I wonder if that's reverse. I wonder if people in the UK have American.
Hell no.
They're like,
No, I was just about to say that. Hell no, we don't.
Oh, no, they don't.
No.
I like. Was it who did the? I think who did the bit? I think it was Robert Williams. He said he wants to have his navigation, but he wants it like a Scottish guy or an Irish guy doing it, or a Scottish guy like, oh, turn right, and then he's like, oh, you missed the fucking turn around. He's like, yeah, it's just like the cusses at you.
Yeah, but for that to work, these smart assistants don't understand Scottish accents. Not very well. They don't know what the fucking hell they're talking about.
Some of them I've listened to on streams,
Scottish,
and I'm like,
man,
I can't understand
it's
what
hard.
they're saying.
Like, it's hard to figure out. You got to figure out their English plus their words that they add in to things like Ken means no. So if somebody they say I don't ken what you mean, they mean I don't know what you mean. So, but you have to sort of, in a strong accent, you have to sort of piece it together.
Yeah,
it's hard to. They have got a strong accent. If you've ever go really far north in Scotland, strong to the point where it's not even English anymore.
Well, I mean, it's good for like navigation and everything. It's cool.
Yeah, see, Gadget.
Try Welsh. Go Welsh. If you can get a Welsh one,
If
do
they
that.
have
Trust
one
me.
on there.
Yeah, that's
Great.
really funny. I wonder if I know we have the option. I wonder if there even is an option for anybody in the UK to actually have them. Like their
No,
Google
we
assistant.
have man, woman. That's it.
Right, and
they're both English.
Right, and they're English.
They're both English. Yeah, they're both English. There's no, unless you get a phone. Like I've had a couple of phones from abroad, but they've been that country's accent, not American.
Says,
Nobody likes being told what to do by an American, apparently.
Morgan Freeman has a soothing voice. The Bionic Scoop does a great Morgan Freeman voice. He does a lot of great voices, period.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people there. And actually, you know who does a good one? Or just generally voices, Fred Caliendo. He does all his accents, how he just switches between them. I can listen to him on, and there's another guy on TikTok, I don't know his name, and he does an awesome Denzel. Oh, it's an awesome. He has got Denzel spot on.
You know, he told me he was on TikTok. I was like, really?
Yeah. No, I told you about that.
I know, you told me.
He always gives me shit. He gives me stuff all the time about it. But
because I think kids. When I think TikTok, I think little kids.
I don't. I have a profile just to see what they send me. My family sends me these TikToks constantly.
You want good voice actors? Look at Seth MacFarlane and look at the dudes who do The Simpsons. They're good voice actors. These people impersonating. So you sound like someone else. Good for you.
The guy that does Denzel, he's got like the like not only just like the faces too, like all of his mannerisms. He's got it down pretty good. I mean, it's really close. I mean, I know there's people that do pretty good ones, but his is pretty good. He does a really good Denzel. I have to admit, I was like, wow, that's pretty spot on.
I do a really good Matt.
Yeah, I'm not TikTok famous. I'm not.
We could be. I reckon we could be me and Sam. I reckon we could be a meme. We could be a meme.
Why would we even have TikTok? Every time I mention it, you like your body physically.
I feel like if anybody was to meme us, it'd end up on TikTok.
Well, who would want to meme us? We're like, really?
Who wouldn't? I wouldn't.
Probably.
What do you gotta do regularly that people are gonna TikTok you?
Oh, I don't think we would. With this, yeah, pretty much this. No, what we could. He could meme me like a Call of Duty. How I suck so bad at it.
Oh my god.
I'm terrible at it.
It's got to the point where Sam he's just bait. Like we use him to figure out where other people are hiding.
Right. I'm not good.
What other games do you play? I watch people play, but I don't really play.
Yeah. World of Warcraft, I play that. I Diablo, I've played. I tell you, with the games, I played the Ghost of Tsushima. God, that game's a lot of fun. That's a fun.
I still haven't got that yet.
No, it's good. That's good.
There's something with a rainbow name in it. Y'all play that Rainbow?
Rainbow Six Siege
Yeah.
probably is the one that's most popular at the minute. I've played it.
Okay.
Back a long time ago.
It's another Call of Duty kind of game.
Yeah, I have a cousin that plays, and I've watched him play with other people.
Rainbow Six is really good.
Yeah, they look awesome. I'm just not very good at them. I don't know why. I just not very good at them.
That's why I watch, Sam. You should watch like I.
Yeah, I probably should just watch more. Maybe that's probably. I'm glad I had her. She's like, dude, maybe you should just watch them now. She apparently.
I told you that. You just don't listen to me.
I was a Final Fantasy person myself, so my brother would play, and I would read the cheat guide to him because I like watching Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Did you pick up or did you see the Final Fantasy VII remake?
Yes, that was my favorite Final Fantasy too.
I started to play it, and I got to the point where you just finally get back to the shop, and they got Biggs, and I'm just more fascinated with the voice acting. I'm like, because in my mind when I was a kid, when I was playing it, I had what I thought they sounded like.
Yeah.
But now you hear the voice acting, you're like, damn, that's kind of what I thought they'd sound like, right? It's like, it's weird. And then just there's other content. Like I remember playing the first one. I was like, I don't remember all this stuff they've added a bunch of stuff to do. It's fun. It's really a lot of fun. I really actually was
I still have ringtones on my phone for Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I do too. Actually, you know what's funny is on World of Warcraft, whenever I hit a level, it goes da, 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 da. I actually have the music for the level up for Final Fantasy instead of there. And actually, I know they'll never do it, but boy, I'd love to have a chocobo mount. That would be
wow.
Awesome.
That was so fun, weren't they?
Yeah, they're just the moguls and the chocobo. It's just a lot of fun. And I still actually play Final Fantasy 14, although I don't play very often.
I have the mobile version of one of those games on one of my phones. But
yeah, so Final Fantasy 7
was the best.
Oh, God, yeah. And I finally took a swing on the remake. It was still expensive, but I was like, I don't care. But, man, it's been awesome. The 3D and the fighting, it's just like, man, this is really, really good. I'm really
Now I need my brother to buy it so I can watch and play.
Yeah. Emily's go-tos
I have never
Skyrim.
played a Final Fantasy game.
Really?
Not one?
Well, have you ever played any RPGs at all? Is that a genre of game you play? That's the better question.
Yeah. Just never Final Fantasy. I don't know why. It's just I've never wanted to. Yeah. It's just not. I've never looked at it and thought that's my thing.
Skyrim and Animal.
It's a bit like when I say I've never watched Back to the Future. People start freaking out.
Well, that's pretty weird. I don't think a lot of people have seen it.
You're right.
I've never seen Back to the Future.
They're pretty good.
I spent 30 hours breeding clothes.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, here's another thing. If you're a Final Fantasy person, how many hours did you actually waste playing Triple Triad? The card game? I sat there and logged in just to play that stupid card game. I was like, this game is, why am I playing it? It's so good. Triple Triad is one of the most fun. I would just play that as an app. It's a fun.
Well, see, somebody said Final Fantasy level up is their Twitch notification sound.
There you go. See? Yeah, and that's okay. AR says he's never played Final Fantasy either.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He's
Simon
British.
Said it ate up a month of his life. Yeah, Yeah, and I liked. And it's a funny thing. This is not a very popular Final Fantasy X. A lot of people didn't like 10 at all.
And see, I haven't played 10 at all.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I feel like nothing could surpass 7.
7.
Like when they got the mobile version, I said I'll play this, but it's not gonna match 7.
No, I still like one of my favorite games from is Final Fantasy Tactics. That was one of my favorite games to play. It was like the little grid kind of fighting game. It was pretty good. Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics was pretty good back. I mean, Final Fantasy, it's for sure a lot of fun. So
see, I need Matt to play at least one of them now.
He will.
I might play the remake. The remake.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
The remake's really good. Like, it's really good. Yeah, I have to admit, I was kind of like, oh, okay, remake, really? How's this going to be? Is there a
PS5 version or is it just on PS4?
Well, it's a digital download, so I'm sure it will play on your PS5. But I don't think it's upscaled.
This is why I'm asking, because if it's a PS4 release, Sony still need to fix the PS5 for backwards compatibility because the whole thing's fucking messed up.
I don't think it's made. I think it's for the PS4. I don't think they have a PS5 version of it. So
Yeah, I mean, it might work for a bit, but then there's this weird software bug which will just force you to delete it and then re-download everything again. But it'll also delete all the saved information to the cloud, so you have to start the game again. So at the minute, I'm waiting for an update. So I'm not bothering to play, but when they've fixed it, I might give it a try because it probably go down in price as well. Who knows?
Yeah. So do you have what kind of consoles do you have, Rich? Do you have like a Switch, PS4, Xbox? I mean, do you?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Do you even play any? I'm sure there's even one in your house. Who knows?
I have a Switch Lite. I barely play. I bought it just to play Luigi's Mansion 3. Okay. And the Goose Game. What was the Goose Game called? It was the goose that was annoying the hell out of everybody.
Matt. It's Matt. Is it Matt? Call Matt. Games called Matt Tyler.
Yeah. But I mean, my son, he has Wii U. He doesn't have any of the newer system. He likes the older games. So.
Yeah.
And that's older for him. Atari's old for me.
Right. I still have my Intellivision. It's still downstairs. It still works.
Untitled Goose Game. There it is. Somebody said.
I'm not saying anything.
Untitled Goose Game. Okay.
Yeah, it was like the cheapest game ever, but it was so entertaining for me. I beat it, and it was just like, okay, here's the extra levels. I bought a Switch just to play the Untitled Goose Game.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I bought my kids a Switch just so I could play Pokemon. So.
And now I'm like, I told my son, "Do you want it?" And he was like, "No." So my nephew already has a regular Switch. I have a Switch Lite, and I have no use for it now. I should sell it. I should have sold it during COVID because everybody was buying them.
Oh yeah, you couldn't get them. I mean, none of that stuff was available. You go to a store and they were like, it was gone. And people were like, yeah, Switch. Because I was gonna pick one up, a Switch Lite for my wife, just because she likes to play games on it. And I was like, I went to go, and the guy was like, dude, we haven't had a Switch in stock, like on the shelf for like weeks. Like as soon as we get them in stock. I was scared to get
Animal Crossing because everybody had it, and it was just like so addicting. And I was like, I don't have time for that. I'm doing YouTube now.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I mean, I tried it. I can't get into it. I don't know what it is. It's not a bad game. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Probably like me. It takes certain games to get me like riled up. Yeah. Untitled Goose Game. I had to play it until I beat it.
She said, "G will take your light."
So that's her daughter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm sure you have. There's probably people in your audience who would probably. There's a giveaway. Hey, who wants a Switch Lite? I'm sure you'll have a bunch of people who probably be very willing to take it off your hands. I'm sure. And then MC Lopes is like, yeah, Pokemon's the reason why I bought my Switch. See, Matt, you're not alone. Although
I've never played Pokemon.
I played the card game when I had a
I never played that.
Game Boy. That was pretty cool, but the game like the Silver and Red. And
I was all about Pokemon. I've still got my original collection in the sleeves at my mum's house.
Wow. Yeah, because I played the card
Man,
game.
that shit's probably worth some money now, but I'm never going to get rid of that.
The only cards I have are basketball cards. I used to collect basketball cards.
Oh, I have a whole thing of hockey cards, but that was back in the early 90s.
Of course you do.
Yeah, that's for me, the 90s.
I mean, I don't think
I was born in 1990, so
Well, I wasn't. We were a little older, but I don't think there's an actual card shop even open in St. Louis.
Rachel just went a bit.
Yeah, I don't even think you can go to a card shop anymore. They used to have them all over the place.
Yeah, I went to a card shop to get my basketball cards. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember buying. I still have a 1994, a whole sealed wax box. It's Topps baseball, the entire set. It's in a box, and I don't even know where the hell that thing's at. It's got to be downstairs somewhere. But yeah.
I, in my opinion, I was born in the best year because I've watched the evolution of Sega, PlayStation 1, and then I've watched the evolution of tech get better and better. I love it. It's great. You're just like, whatever.
Like, Atari or original Nintendo or anything like that.
My first game console was Sega Mega Drive.
Oh, wow. That's old.
So the way my dad taught me is I started collecting basketball cards. He went and bought a whole season, like the whole series.
Right.
With the championship card, which back then, I think Detroit Pistons won the whole thing. And so there was a championship card. And I was like, you had to outdo me. Like, I'm collecting them, buying packs, sticking them in here, and you go just buy a whole season. How do you do that?
Yeah. That was the good Pistons teams. They had Dumars and, those lame beer teams. Yeah, the Rodman, not before the crazy
That's
hair.
when I follow basketball. I don't follow it anymore. I'm more of a football person.
Those are the teams back in the day. Teams
I'm
like
sorry,
Super
American
Sonics.
football. American football.
Football.
I'm sorry.
Hand egg.
Yeah, that's okay. No, that was when I really paid attention to
You
the NBA.
you guys have
90s,
just had this massive hand egg event, haven't you?
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Yeah. And you called it what?
Big massive hand egg event.
He calls football hand egg.
Oh.
Uh huh. Well, it looks like an egg, and you use your hands. So we call it hand egg.
Yeah, we had.
What it is.
We had we had the Super Bowl. It's
Who
over,
won
so
that,
no
by the
football.
way? Who won the Super Bowl?
Tampa Bay.
Do we have to talk about who won? I
Well,
don't like Tom Brady. I really don't.
not specifically the team, because nobody really cares that Tampa Bay won. It's Tom Brady won another Super Bowl.
Tom Brady won.
Yeah, Tom Brady won.
I accidentally called him Tom Brandy on Twitter, and
I liked it.
I think most people hate him and probably love that.
No, I didn't. By
The
accident,
Dallas
so I didn't know
Cowboys.
who he
Put him
was.
Right there with the Dallas Cowboys. I just don't like him.
Here's the thing I have about the Cowboys. The team I don't have a problem with. It's the fans I have problems with.
Yeah, they're going
Cowboys
to Super Bowl
fans
every
need
year.
to take a fucking chill pill. Calm the fuck.
We haven't did shit since the 90s.
I know. Well, it's like Chiefs fans almost now. It's like, okay, wait a second here. It's like they assumed when they got to that game that they were just gonna win. Like, we're gonna steamroll the Bucks. Fuck this shit. It's like we got Pat Mahomes and we got all these fucking players. We're just gonna have Travis Kelce. We're gonna tear these fuckers up. I was like, you have to still win the game. You got to play first. And Chiefs fans were like, I listen to every Chiefs fan I work with. And I was like, and they're like, yeah, fucking Red Friday, fucking Chiefs. It's just like, you guys are obnoxious. It's like Cubs fans. They won a World Series 4 years ago, hadn't won it for 108 years before that, and they act like they're in there every fucking season. Like, hey, you could be a Cardinal fan and be awesome all the time. How about you get 20 more pennants, and then you can call us when you get 20 more of them. It's not the teams I have a problem with. It's the fans Cowboys fans are just
somebody's right.
obnoxious.
They get rid of Jerry Jones, they might be in a lot better shape. But as long as you have Jerry Jones, you ain't doing shit.
And here's the funny thing: ER says they need to get rid of Jerry Jones. I agree with Jerry. I agree with ER. Jerry Jones got to go. He's
who the fuck's Jerry Jones? Like,
to the owner.
He's the owner.
Oh, okay.
He's a general fuck nugget. And he's a general fuck nugget. I don't like.
Okay, right. Okay, no, I'm like, obviously, I don't know that, do I? 'Cause, like, if I said, do you know who Mel Morris is? You wouldn't know who Mel Morris was. He owns my football club. So, not mine.
And I know who the
one I
manager is.
support.
It's Wayne Rooney. I know that. How do you like that shit?
And what football
Because it's Wayne Rooney. It's because it's Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney's that's a name that he was in America. He's here now. He's our manager. So
yeah. So what? He's He's in Derby. So they have a team in Derby.
Okay.
And they're not very.
Frank
good.
Lampard was our manager before Wayne Rooney.
Did they get relegated or no? Not that bad.
No.
Yeah, they have relegation.
We're in the
there
championship.
UK.
We're in the championship. We're gonna get.
Oh, you're not even the Premier League.
No, we're in the league underneath the Premier League.
Oh.
Championship.
Yeah, see, did
There's
you know
the
how
Premier
that
League,
works?
Championship, League One, League Two.
I've been told.
It's crazy.
Yeah. See.
Yeah,
But it's
crazy.
good. It's fun. But we're doing all right. There's been a bit of an issue with the ownership and some players not getting paid and some drug abuse and some COVID breaching and some fines. But
can you imagine that in the United States? Where you'd be like, she's laughing because you're like, can you imagine these players not getting paid? Yeah, we don't have a contract and we have a salary. Yeah, we're not paying.
Well, no, that's
for a
because
couple of
there's
months.
been an issue
They're
with
like,
the take. We're in the middle of a takeover, but then the guys who were supposed to be buying the club from the current owner backed out, but the current owner was already gone, so we had no money.
You should, Rachel. I'm telling you, you should watch like English football. Watch like how they do everything, like relegation. They loan players. It's like, okay, you can't have Tom Brady's contract, but we're gonna let Tom Brady play for the Dallas Cowboys for like half a season. You know, we're just gonna give you money, and you're gonna let him play. And you're actually not under contract by that team. We're just gonna loan him out to you. It's like, loan him out? What the fuck are you talking about? Just loan a player? I'm like, yeah, here's a pair of socks. If you wear them, that's cool. Can you just wash them before you bring them back?
You do realize that you are so American because loaning and championships and different leagues is world football, not just UK. It's the world. Every country has its own different leagues. Germany has, Spain has a Liga. Germany has this the Bundesliga. Right. There's loads, and they all have subdivisions in every country. So it's just you guys that don't.
Dwayne Rooney's a good actor. He is. We're not talking about Dwayne Rooney, the DTs. Wayne Rooney. God almighty. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wayne Rooney, lock your grandmother away if you see him in the street because he'll have her
Punch him in
pants
the head
down.
or something? Why? Why?
No,
Okay.
he'll have her pants down.
TK's in the chat. Sabaho
Happy
TK.
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
Hopefully. So we are at that 1.5 hour
We-
mark, and I know it's crazy. It's so much fun. The time gets away from us. I can't believe it's already been an hour and a half.
We're in trouble. We've just spent an hour and a half on Valentine's Day with another woman.
Oh, yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
I think I'm pretty much always in trouble. I mean, I find new and creative ways to get.
Hey, I woke up in trouble, so it's fine.
Right. My wife will look at me, and I don't know about you, but I'll do something, and Becky will look at me, and she goes,
Dude,
"Can
you do
explain
things,
to
and I
me
look at you
why
like
I'm married
that.
to you again?" I said, "I have no fucking clue why you stay here. Some of the stuff is crazy. Like, she'll look at me, and she's like, I don't even get words. Like, you know how you look at your man, you're like,
You get the look. You get the look, and you're like,
yeah, dude. Like laser.
Oh,
beams.
yeah.
Like I know what Becky. Like the other day, I was talking about my office. I said I was thinking about getting like a neon light, and she looked at me like, "Motherfucker, I wish you would buy that goddamn thing and hang it on a wall." And I will. She just looked at me like, "No." Or I talked about getting a stand-up arcade cabinet. I was gonna get Mortal Kombat 3. I can get it for like $1,200. I'd like to get it. I'm not going to. I was like, that'd be kind of cool. Have Mortal Kombat 3, right? And play the whole cabinet, like the whole thing, right? And she's like, no, we're not doing that. You're not doing that. It's those looks. It's just like before you even start.
each look means a different thing, but we know what these each looks mean. So you could do something and you'll look, and you'll know what that look is referring to, without them even saying any words. I know what you mean, Sam. Okay, I know exactly what you mean.
I'm just saying.
You'll say something, you'll look, and you'll go, no. So I'm not doing that. Then,
like
no?
that. Look at the
Okay.
look right now. Look at Rachel's looking at us. Look at her looking at us. She's like,
We're in trouble. She's closer to you than me. I'm all right. There's a whole ocean between me and
Yeah, but see, she won't. She hasn't flown anywhere, and she's not going to drive here. St. Louis is just a bit too far to drive. I don't know. It's probably about 6 hours. What do you think?
I don't know what we're gonna do with y'all. You stay in trouble.
Oh, we're beyond help. Damn,
But I can tell you one thing: I have had a blast. I just love listening to your content. I'm just happy that you decided to come on our show and take some time with us. And anytime
Well, I'm still gonna hold you too coming to my channel.
Oh God, yeah! Please let us know. And I mean, I
we
drop it.
and hopefully by then we'll have better audio.
I think my audio sounds okay. What? Yeah, me. She's like that guy. Yeah, me. I thought you said it sounds okay.
Yeah, it's been fine. Like the levels have been fine, but I think you're peaking at certain points and it crackles a little bit. So but like I said, you need to speak to Jeff. You need to speak to Jeff. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, or TK. TK can maybe help me out. But so where can people who aren't in the chat, because there might be people who aren't aware of where they can find you and when to listen to you and how to catch your podcast, where can people find and listen to you and engage in your content? Because if you aren't doing it, you absolutely should, and we're going to make sure we drive some traffic your way if possible.
Okay, well, I'm Gadget Goddess on YouTube on my personal channel. My podcast is Gadget Chats, and that's with Catwoman, aka Tech Valor. Now, my channel is more like the reviews and everything. Gadget Chats is informative news kind of deal. So we go on every Thursday on Gadget Chats at 7 p.m. on YouTube, and everywhere you can find our podcast. It'll be uploaded after we finish. And Gadget Goddess goes live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. And I try to put out a video with content every week at some point.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to the new device that we aren't going to talk about, but I'm curious to see what you have and how you feel about it, and I'd like to see how that because because
I've been using the Fold since September, so I've had nothing since I grabbed the Fold in September.
Really? Wow.
That other than the iPhone, but that one iPhone for another iPhone on the other line, so that doesn't really count for me. No no Androids since the Fold.
And you don't really need to review an iPhone.
No, not really. Just the unboxing and cases and whatnot. But
Well, good. So we'll make sure that we put all of your contacts in the show notes, all the information. And folks, I think we got Simon, so we at least got you one sub. I'm trying. We try every here. We got a good community.
I got a text message a minute ago. It was like, why do they keep calling you Rachel? And I said, I don't know. My name's Kimmy.
Oh, it's Kimmy. I'm sorry. Good Lord. Oh, jeez. See, because I think somebody said hi, Rachel, and I thought they were talking to you. So I apologize. That's my fault.
It's fine.
Go to show you.
Everybody called me Gigi or Gadget Goddess. So
I will say one thing. It's him that keeps calling you that.
Yeah, you never called me
anything.
You never
Hey,
said
you know
Rachel.
what? Yeah, it's okay.
I've not called you anything. I'm just talking. I just talk.
I looked so
Right,
I said, Kimmy, I knew it wasn't Rachel.
Well then, okay. Thanks, Aditya. You fucking think for yourself. For a way to let me hanging out there. God Almighty, Kimmy. Jeez. Okay.
It's okay.
I love that she went the whole show letting you call her
Because
Rachel,
initially
and then
I didn't
told
know
you
who
at
he
the
was
end.
talking about. I was like, who the hell is he talking about? But
No, that goes to show you. I didn't do my. And it's funny because I should have just kept calling you Gadget Goddess. It just seemed weird, and then for some reason I just got hung up on it, and and of course everybody in the chat supposed to got my back, but they let me burn. That's okay. Now that just goes to show you. So that is my fault. My apologies. I told you before when I texted you earlier. I said we're not exactly very professional around here. We try to be. We try to just be fun.
Don't we? I ain't done shit. I am just staying out. I'm just gonna sit here like nope.
Yep.
I've just told them to roast you as well. Just so you know.
I know. Well, thanks for
I am
calling
not
on.
here to help you. I am here to help the people.
Clearly. So
it's fine.
that is
That
will
motherfucker,
be
who's
all for
Rachel? Who the fuck's Rachel?
I was like, maybe
Shit.
he's talking about somebody named Rachel. I know his wife is named Rachel. Who is Rachel?
No, it's not. No, I got nothing. I'm not
Becky,
even trying to defend
who's
myself.
Rachel?
Other than the fact I just generally fucking suck. That
I
was
have
basically
another
it.
alias now.
Okay.
Kimmy,
Well-
Gadget Goddess, Scrumptious, Rachel.
Every
yes.
time you come on this show now, instead of Gadget Goddess under there, you're just gonna have to put Rachel.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
When
I'm
I
gonna
start my
call
live
Kimmy.
stream Tuesday, I'll be like, hey, I'm Rachel, aka Kimmy, aka Gadget Goddess, whatever the hell you want to call me.
Well, yeah. Okay. So,
your people are lighting you up more than I am. So.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I am not surprised. Look at that.
And I was just like, after I got the text message, I was like, so I'm not the only one that caught this Rachel reference.
No.
Like, who's Rachel?
No, and I'm glad.
Sam is a senile man just rambling on. That's what a detail.
Oh yeah, I
Hot-
forgot. And I've been called Hot Pocket too. So yeah.
Hot Pocket. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I like. Hey, Rach. Oh yeah.
IR 1980. IR 1980's comment reminds me of Uncle Albert from Only Fools and Horses. Who's Rachel?
That made it all better though. Next time I come back, I can be Rachel.
No, you're not.
Next time, I think I'm just gonna call you. So I want to make a name next time.
You want to make?
Well,
you gonna make up a name next time?
I will
I'll just
tell
be like,
you.
look, it's Steve's here.
There are not many times that I feel terrible on a live stream about not being prepared and being a general stupid ass. And this is one of those times. So I am not even going to try to walk it back. I'm just going to acknowledge the fact that I'm
Just
an
own
idiot.
that shit.
I
man. Just
changed
own
it though. See? It's Rachel.
Yeah, she changed it to
There
Rachel.
you go.
I'm Rachel. See? It just means I have to come back now. That's all.
Yeah, she has. Well,
And when
I'm
Sam
hoping,
comes on my stream,
I'm hoping
I'm
you're
gonna
willing
name-
to come back. I'm hoping you're willing after actually
Look,
being completely
When
embarrassed.
Sam comes on my stream, I'm gonna name him. So
Steve, Bill, John, stop. Yeah, call me asshole. You can call me asshole. That's fine. Hey, that guy. No, you can call me whoever you like. There is no Kimmy, only Rachel. No DTO. No.
It's a Ghostbusters reference right there.
Actually, I'd like to like the other nicknames, like the Hot Pocket and Scrumptious. I'm curious of like where they all started from, because those sound. I don't have many nicknames.
Do you know what? I'm curious. I'm curious about how you're going to get yourself out of this.
Oh, I'm not getting out of this. No, there's no getting out
The
of this.
guys in chat are just not letting up whatsoever.
No, and they shouldn't, because they should roast me. There's no. There's sometimes in life where you just can't walk things back, and you just got to eat it, and I'm just gonna have to eat it.
IR1980 says he can see some merch coming. There is no Kimmy, only Rachel.
Oh, well, yes, we might have to have that. So that would be
Just
sponsored, and maybe
get
we'll
a T-shirt made with just Rachel underneath.
Yeah, where you have men, I'm just Rachel.
I look like a Pedro. That's cool. Okay, I look like Pedro. I can do that.
Pedro.
Oh,
Yeah, it says
Pedro.
Vote for
Yeah,
Pedro.
I look like a Pedro.
Okay, take the R out, and that's what I thought he said.
No. No. That's
That's what I thought he said. That's why I didn't highlight the comment. I was like, I'm not saying that. That's not right.
I'm putting that up. That doesn't say Pedro.
yeah, and that's next week will be across the podcast with Steve and Mark.
Wait, why do I have to change my name? I'm not the one that fucked it up.
Oh, we're in it
Steve
together.
and Mark. It says Steve.
Yeah, Steve and Mark. Yeah, so I'm Steve.
Which one am
Mark.
I? I'll be Mark because it begins with an MA, so it's close.
No, but Matt didn't do anything wrong. It was
Thank
the
you.
other guy.
That other dude.
Bill.
Number 2.
It was Kimmy, Pedro, south of the border. Oh, yes. South of the border. I get it. Yeah, they got Pedro at south of the border.
Okay. See, that's why we keep.
knows all the references.
That's right. That's why we keep Ronald around. He is he's our man who keeps us straight and keeps us on the narrow. Except he didn't say anything about Kimmy, Rachel, the entire show. So yeah, that's good.
Other guy. Yeah.
That's okay.
Rolando
All
said
right.
extreme skinny.
Oh, this has been fun. I enjoyed y'all.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on and indulging
No, you
my
don't.
stupidity for
You didn't even know.
good
You didn't
hour
even know
and
she
30
was.
minutes. And and letting me just be a general dipshit the entire time.
Oh, so he's a trucker. Yeah, you've been everywhere then, Webster.
Oh yeah. And Ronald's been around a place, and he's not exactly a young guy either. He's seen some things. We need to get Ronald on the show one day. Maybe I'll call him.
Oh, of course I come back, but I can only come back if I'm going to be called Rachel.
Oh God.
I think we can arrange that.
No. I'm trying. Okay.
I am so the post I'm going to put on Twitter after this. I am so going to say it was really nice having Rachel on the show today. And I'm going to tag Kimmy in it. I'll be like, no, look, it's really good having Rachel on the show today.
That's my new name. Maybe it's time for rebranding. I don't know.
No, let's not do that. Let's just we'll call it a day, and that is our show. Thank you for having.
That is a shit
Me.
show.
No, thanks for having me. Well, yeah,
I
didn't. I didn't have you.
Thank you, Rachel, for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure being here and getting my name changed.
We're not just here for fun. We like to change things up. Like,
well, so there you go.
But I'm Gadget Goddess, or people call me Gigi, or some call me
Gigi.
Kimmy.
Yeah, I just call you Gigi. I like that. That's pretty good. So we'll go with that, and I'm gonna just go ahead and find a big hole and crawl into it and stay there for until she lets me come on her show, and then her folks can roast the shit out of me because now I'm just gonna walk right.
Gadget Rachel, I like that.
yeah. At least when other people do it, they do it close to the person's name. Like, you know what I mean? Like Ronaldo and Rolando. It's close.
Yeah, I mean, no, I
It's
realize
close.
it's absolutely not even
That's
the same
close.
thing at all. I realize that. Like before you mentioned that, I totally realized it was not. Yeah, it wasn't close. Yeah, I know. But I got it.
Rachel, Matt, and Stewart. Okay. Y'all are too close to his name though. That actually starts with an S. You gotta go like
Yeah,
left.
you can't. I mean, if you're gonna make it right, you gotta do it like
Bob.
Roger. You gotta call me Roger or William or something like that.
This is true, Michael. He didn't call me Karen.
Oh God, no. I don't even call Karen people named Karen. I just call them not. It's funny because there's a lady. Quick story. There's a lady who drives a car. She must be a registered nurse, but her license plate says KAR-RN.
Yeah.
Right. So she's probably a nurse whose name happens to be Karen. But every time I see that plate driving through my neighborhood, I go, "Oh, hi, Karen." She's actually a pretty good driver, by the way. So I have to admit. So that's our show.
I had a blast.
I'm glad. I'm glad you decided to come on and take some time with us. It really It's been a privilege and an honor, and I hope that at some point we can get on your show. It'd be fantastic. And
my people are already calling for you to be on the show.
Oh, I think it's just because they want to roast me. Yeah, so they need him on as soon as possible so they can just. I mean, they're going to get right off the show. Just going to say, and here's the asshole. Go. and they're just going to launch, and I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to take it on the chin because I deserve every bit of it. So that's okay. I appreciate it. So thank you.
The hashtag, yo. Okay.
Yeah, actually, we got a hashtag roast Sam. So anyway,
You're
we're gonna
welcome.
end the show there. For myself, for Matt, for Gigi.
Thanks for having
Rachel.
me.
I appreciate you taking your time and coming on the show, and welcome to another awful edition of the show. You know where to find us. I'm going to post it
now, can you?
I'm going to post the show, and I'm not going to listen to it because I don't have to. You guys are going to let me know. I'm never going to live it down, so that's okay.
I'm going to clip the end. I'm clipping it.
Rachel. I don't even know how many times you called me Rachel, but
At
because I thought you were
least 7 or 8. At least 7.
I'm going to clip it every time we called you Rachel, and then I'm going to clip the end, and we're going to meme it.
Who needs enemies when you have these kinds of friends?
You do the same thing to me, motherfucker, so you can't say you wouldn't.
Probably so. Yep. Henry, Reginald, it's been a blast. That's our show. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Why do I keep getting my name changed? I didn't do nothing.
I didn't do anything, honestly.
I like being Matt. Although, to be fair, I wouldn't mind being Reginald. Me praise. I wouldn't mind that. That's proper. That's like an old English name, right? Reginald. Yes. Thank you. Have a cup of tea, please.
All right.
Hello. What?
For Matt. For not Rachel, because I'm stupid. It's Boss Podcast.
Reginald,
Podcast,
Rachel, and Raquel.
See you next Sunday. If I decide to come back and do this again, because I'm pretty.
You'll be back.
I'll be back. All right, guys. Love you. Enjoy your tech. See you next Sunday. Bye, guys.